my name is Sangeeta. I am going to complete the video submission portion of the professional dispositions assignment. The role of a special education teacher and a general education educator are pretty similar to one another. They both work to instruct their students in basic subjects to help them to advance into further academic studies. The special education teacher, however, works with students with emotional and mental disabilities, physical disabilities, and some learning disabilities. So while both special education educators and general education educators have to work to instruct their students according to how they learn best, I feel that special education teachers have to take an extra step to adapt their materials to meet their students' needs, especially with students with different learning disabilities. Sometimes they learn in a different way as compared to general education students. So oftentimes special education teachers have to work with the gen ed teachers to adapt the gen ed materials to meet the needs of the special education student. Some dispositions that I currently possess that I believe will help me to become a special education teacher include that I am calm in situations that are stressful. I tend to be very patient, or I've heard that I can be patient with, in situations that tend to be a little bit stressful. I provide authentic feedback to people when I talk to them if needed, if they ask for it. I try not to give people a lot of feedback on things if they don't necessarily ask for it. In a teaching setting, I understand that that can be different because even if a student doesn't ask for my feedback, it's important that I provide it if I feel that it could benefit them in their academic progress. I also feel that I can sometimes be a little bit more focused on obstacles rather than possibilities. So that is a disposition that I feel that I could work on as a new upcoming teacher, helping my students to focus on, the possibilities of what they can do rather than their obstacles. And the effect of biases on the expectations that teachers have for their students, biases can cause teachers to expect more or less from a student based on certain uncontrollable factors, such as their race, their gender, their sexual orientation, etc., and treat them a little bit differently. So an example of this is like a teacher may assume that a female student or female presenting student is a little bit smarter and more intelligent than a male presenting student. And another example of this is a student with an accent who may be from a different country or from a different part of the USA. A teacher may assume that they are a bad writer or they're not as intelligent. And it's important to keep this in mind, just like it's important with kids in general that when the adults have biases, kids often pick up on these biases as a learned behavior. So if a teacher is acting a certain way towards a student based on some kind of uncontrollable factor, it's not uncommon to see students kind of pick up on that behavior. So that is you know, how personal biases can affect other students and the relationships that students have with each other and also in their personal lives.